Welcome back to the And1 Sports Podcast. My name is Riley Viss. Here with me is Blake Parks, and we are here to recap last week's games. Starting out in the first game, Rock Valley and Central Lyon. Wow, we should have stayed home. Blake, you can kind of talk about this one.
Well, there's not really much to talk about other than Rock Valley dominated this game from the start, and they got up, I think it was 34-16 or something like that at the end of the first quarter. First half went by real quick, and probably the longest second half you will ever see. And Rock Valley they just managed the whole game. They played their brand of basketball, didn't let Central Lyon get anything easy, and it came out to be Rock Valley 30 over Central Lyon by 30 points, 81-51.
It was boring.
The second half was boring.
The girls' game was boring too.
Yes.
The whole night was boring. I want my $5 back. And then Friday we went to a little bit more exciting game. Despite the score, it was actually a fun game to be at. Number 1, West Sioux over number 4, South O'Brien. I believe this one was at West Sioux. Friday night. 83-65, West Sioux comes out on top. It was, I think, a 6-point game at the half. South O'Brien was actually up 19-13 at the end of the first. And then it was like 42-32 at the half. West Sioux took over, and then West Sioux got really hot in the third and hit like 4 threes in a row. And just completely took the game over, and there was no coming back. 83-65. I mean, it was a fun game, but there was really nothing that really happened to talk about. It was just people running up and down the court, scoring layups, weaving in and out of the defense. Fast-paced game. Nothing really exciting. Just a fun, entertaining game to watch.
Yep, despite the score, it was probably one of the more fun games that at least I went to this week, because the one Tuesday was boring, and yeah, West Lyon and South O'Brien, when they play each other, they know how to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, yeah, West Sioux, in the second half, they just found their shot after halftime, and they kind of just took this game over.
What it kind of came down to is South O'Brien's got a very, very tough 2-3 defense, which allows you to shoot threes at will, and should probably run 3-2 defense against West Sioux, Boynton Hall type of team. But West Sioux got hot, hit their threes, game over.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got to do to beat South O'Brien is hit your threes. And speaking of hitting your threes, I went to the South O'Brien Boynton Hall game with some friends Saturday, and man, Boynton Hall just looked tired. They looked out of the game. Didn't look like they want to be there, but they weren't hitting their shots. And a 2-3 defense, if you can't hit your shots, you can't drive in the paint, because there's 5 people right there and they all collapse over top of you. And if you can't hit your threes, why pass it out, you know? I mean, I guess shooters shoot, but like, if you can't shoot and nobody in the team is shooting well, shooters can't shoot. And it's going to take, you don't have the time against a slow-paced team. You don't have the time to just keep launching threes. So they started driving, they started scoring. But then Jackson LaSure, you're annoying. You really are. Like, stop flopping, dude. Like, you're a great player and everything, but if you wouldn't flop more, you'd be so much better of a player. You'd be more of a stronger player. Like, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to win the game, and it worked. But come on, man.
Yeah, now
That's not a foul. That's not a foul. In league, it is sometimes, but that's because they're pussies. But yeah, Blake wasn't there. But really, the game was very boring. The girls' game, we actually got there 45 minutes early. That sucked. And then the girls' game took forever. Boynton Hall killed them though. And then the boys' game started, and it was boring. Neither team was really into it neither team was really into it. The only reason they won is because fouls for Boynton Hall. Spencer Dislaw fouled out. Everybody else had 3 or 4 fouls. All the starters and the people that play, except for Keaton Mosier, had 2. Literally, everybody was in foul trouble. That says something. The refs are either calling it one way or Boynton Hall's way too aggressive, and they were not that aggressive in that game. they went like this and went like that. Foul. Like, that's not a foul. But it was the same refs as the West Sioux South O'Brien game. War Eagle refs. Don't Siouxland refs.
Yeah, and I was watching this one on my phone, and I think it was less than a minute left. Boynton Hall, yes, they realized you don't want to foul Boucher Jackson.
They wouldn't foul anybody else, though. It was stupid.
Yeah, but you're trying to win a game, you're down certain many
Right.
points, and you don't want them. You don't want him to shoot free throws because he was making them. But what other choice do you have if they're just gonna
Fall
keep
away
giving
from
him
the
the
ball.
ball?
Fall away from the ball. Hack and Shack.
Well, then why didn't they do that?
Yeah, don't tell me. Don't ask me.
You should have piped up and yelled.
They wouldn't even foul Jackson until like 30 seconds.
They went
They
from
ran up
40.
the clock.
They went from 41 seconds all the way down to 14 seconds, and Jackson threw the ball down the paint. Did another pass, easy layup.
Overall, boring game. Boynton Hall was not in it at all. I don't know. It's this time of the period where they're not playing well. They never play well this time of the year. But they have a few good games coming up, so they'll end it with Okoboji in 2 weeks, I believe, and then they have a pretty easy district, so I mean, that'll kind of pipe them up a little bit for their sub-state game, which we'll also get into. Totally forgot about sub-state and districts being released. That will come out in about 15 minutes later in this video, so probably at about the 25-30 minute marker, maybe a little bit sooner. But that was last week's games. Really, that they were all not too exciting. I'm not gonna lie, they were all kind of just blah. Nothing real exciting. I'm ready for districts. I'm ready for sub-state when the crowds get into it. South O'Brien crowd was in it last night, or Saturday night, but the Boynton Hall crowd was not into it at all. South O'Brien complains a lot. Even against Boynton Hall, they complained a ton.
They did, especially in that West Sioux.
Yeah, and against West Sioux. But, anyways, we are stalling a lot of time. Let's move on to our conference rankings. We'll start out with the Lakes. Western overtakes Spirit Lake in the 1 spot now at 10-2. Spirit Lake is 10-5. Cherokee is in 3rd at 11-4. Storm Lake, Spencer, they're both 5-7. They're kind of tied at 4th and 5th, but Storm Lake beat them by 2 last time they played, which was like 7 games ago or something. And Estherville Lincoln Central comes out in 6th at 6-7. They do have a better record between the two teams, but they lost to both teams by over 10. So that is that. That's a lot of likes, Jeez. Just posted that. But moving on to the War Eagle, we'll have Blake run through this one.
So of course we have West Sioux at the number 1 spot. They will most likely finish as your number 1 in the War Eagle conference. At number 2 we have South O'Brien at 11-3, and at number 3 we have Remsen St. Mary's at 11-2, Unity at 7-5 in that 4th spot, Hinton at 9-4 in that 5th spot. At 6 we have Harris Lake Park at 5-8, and HMS at 5-8. So they're kind of tied for that 6th spot. At number 8 we have Trinity at 5-9. At 9 we have Galen Catholic at 4-10.
Those two are actually kind of tied at 8 and 9. I didn't know how to tell them apart because Galen actually beat them, but Trinity's got the better record, and they've been playing better lately. And Galen got an 8-game losing streak.
And to close out at number 10 we have MMCRU at 3-12, and once again we have Akron Westfield in that last spot at 0-12.
I wonder if it's because I bought 2 of their cutoffs. I'm sorry if I jinxed you guys. Call me Drake. We'll move on to the Siouxland and keep this rolling because I know everybody's excited to hear the district forms. And we actually have the rankings upstairs. Boynton Hall comes out at number 1 in the Siouxland still after that 20-point win over MOC. They are 12-2. Both teams are 12-2. Boynton Hall and MOC sitting at 1-2. Rock Valley is at 9-5 at 3rd, kind of tied with Westline. They beat Westline earlier this year, but those two teams are tied at 3rd and 4th. Okoboji at 8-6, sitting at 5th. George Little Rock falls all the way down to 6th at 7-8, as we are not sure what's going on, but they are not playing very well together. Hopefully they come together for playoffs. Number 7 is Central Line at 7-7. I was going to jump Central Line over George because they just beat George, but I felt bad for George. But number 8 is Sheldon at 4-11. Number 9 is Sioux Center at 4-10. Sibley is at 0-14 at number 10. And I would like to see Sibley and Akron play. This is a one-man conference now with MLC, Rock Valley, West Line, and somewhat Okoboji all sitting at 2, 3, 4. Hey, they're all battling for the second tier. Nobody's going to catch Boynton Hall anymore. You can beat Boynton Hall, but they already have the conference basically won unless some crazy stuff happens. But not really. They can easily lose it yet. But that is our conference rankings. We will move on to the top 15 rankings. 1A, top 5 is Bishop Garrigan, Easton Valley. These are not in order. Easton Valley is number 1. Number 2 is Wacko. Number 3 is Lake Mills. Number 4 is South O'Brien. Number 5 is Remsen St. Mary's. A lot changes here. Your number 1 last week was Bishop Garrigan. They lost to a now top 30 team, but they have 2 losses in the season now, and they are not good losses. So we moved them all the way down to 6th. Everybody else kind of stayed the same except for Easton Valley jumped up to that 1 spot, and Wacko jumped all the way to the 2 spot because they were 15-0 and top 30 play. So we'll let Blake do the rest while I run upstairs and go get those district pairings.
Alright, so like he said, at number 6 we have Bishop Garrigan. At number 7, looks like we have Martinsdale. At 8 we have West Fork. At 9 we have Madrid. 10 is Montezuma. 11 is now Mount Air. 12 Siouxland Christian. 13 Newell Fonda. Number 14 we have a new team joining us in the top 15. That's Ankeny Christian. And at 15 now we have Don Bosco. A lot changed. Over just this week. A lot changed. We didn't have it in order, like you could tell. And yeah, a lot changed. Teams moved up, teams moved down. I think there's maybe 3 teams that stayed the same, but otherwise there was a lot of movement in this top 15.
Lots of moving around, which is always fun to pay attention to. The only team falling out was Gladbrook Rhinebeck. They have 2 non-top 30 losses, so there's no way they can be ranked. They were 1-0 against top 30 teams, 0-2 or 12 or 11-2 against not top 30, which is not good. Let's see here. We will move on to 2A. Number 1, remaining the same, 6-0 in top 30 play, 15-0 overall. It is West Sioux. Looking very tough to beat, but we've been to a few of their games now. They're beating a lot of 1A top 30 teams is what they're doing. They are beatable in the 2A conference and 2A class. I think North Lynn has a chance of beating them with their defense. And West Sioux Boynton Hall would be a great game.
One game I would want to see would be West Sioux Van Meter.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great game.
I would rather put a 4-way bracket between West Sioux and Boynton Hall, and then North Lynn and Van Meter. 2 sides of the state, battle it out, give us your best teams, and let's see who wins. That'd be pretty fun. But we don't get to pick that, unfortunately. And sorry, Trainer, for not including you in that. But our number 2 is North Lynn. They jumped up from number 5. Trainer stays at number 3. Van Meter number 4. Boynton Hall number 5. Despite Boynton Hall losing to South O'Brien, South O'Brien's number 4 in 1A. It's a good loss. And Van Meter goes from 9th to 4th. 14-0, 3-0 in top 30 play. They stay in, or they moved up to the number 4 because they're undefeated. They're not losing, and they're beating quality teams. So what else do you want out of a good team, you know?
Yeah.
And 16.
Alright, so at number 6 we have Comanche. They were number 2 last year, but I think they had.
At the time, it was a not top 30 loss, but now it's a top 30 loss because the team moved up after beating Comanche. So it's a decent loss, nothing special.
And then we couldn't drop them down too far, despite they have a 4-1 top 30 record. But yeah, you can't drop them at least too far down. At least not quite yet. Number 7 and 8 will stay the same. We have Dyke New Hartford at 7, Beckman Catholic at 8. And moving up from 13 from last week to number 9, we have Western Christian, who's 10-2 overall. Their top 30 is 6-2. That's
impressive.
good. And they are currently on a nice win streak, and I believe they'll keep it going for as long as they can.
And it's a lot of 2A, 3A teams that they are beating.
Yes.
They're not beating all these 1A teams like West Sioux. Boynton Hall's got a mix between 1A, 2A, and 3A, which is fun to see. But Western's playing a lot of 2A, 3A, maybe like 1 or 2 1As.
Alright, and then at number 10 remains Woodward Granger.
And then we will actually recap the 6 through 10 real quick, and then we will jump into the last 5 just so we can kind of keep it a 5 on the teams. Actually, looking at it, we don't really have to. Everybody kind of stayed the same.
Mm-hmm.
But like Blake said, Western did move up from 13th to 9th, and Comanche moves from 2nd to 6th this week. And then now it gets hectic.
At number 11, they were 14 last week. We have Southeast Valley. They were number 6 last week. They dropped all the way down to number 12. That is Monticello. At 13, we have Iowa City Regina. And we have a new team joining our top 15. At 14, we have West Branch, 10-1 overall, but they are 3-0 against top 30 teams.
Despite that not top 30 loss, there's actually a lot of teams that do not have top 30 losses.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of teams in 1A and 2A top 15 rankings. So, yeah, that's good. It's a good resume there.
And finishing off at 15, we have Albia.
They are 11-2, 1-1 in top 30 play. But we got to recap this just a little bit. Monticello, the reason they moved down so far is because they had a not top 30 loss. And even after that loss, the team that they lost to doesn't jump into the top 30. That's how not good they are. They aren't bad because they won, but that's how not good the opponent that they lost to is. Iowa City Regina Catholic stays out of the top 10 because they're 8-2, 0-2 in top 30 play. They have not beat anyone in the top 30, so there's no reason for them to move up. Basically, all the teams that are in the 11 through 15 rankings for us have weird resumes. Either they're a good team just with a bad resume, or they are a, so to say, bad team with a really good resume as of now. So we kind of keep them there, and then they have their shots at jumping up. Like Western, I didn't think they were legit until now. They are 6-2 in top 30 play. Now they're legit. They're a legit team. But 2 weeks ago, they weren't legit. They were just Western Christian playing good basketball.
Yeah. And they started the season 0-2 against top 30 teams. And now they're 6-2. They beat a 3A team in double overtime, and they're currently on a 10-game win streak.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Western back to being Western.
Right. They are ready for the playoffs, I'm sure.
Yeah. And one team I would not mind, like West Branch, I believe they will if they keep playing like they do, they will move. They can be more top 30 teams. There's no doubt they're going to jump other teams.
Right. Is there any team not ranked that you think should be ranked in our others receiving votes? Our others receiving votes, we'll run through them real quick. We won't say their records. Des Moines Christian, Osage, Alpington Parkersburg, Spirit Lake, Avoca, AHSTW, Rock Valley, South Central Calhoun, and Pella Christian, who moves way down. They are the only team that dropped out of our top 15. They are 8-5, 3-2 in top 30 play. It's a good resume, but you have 3 not top 30 losses, which is all 3A teams. Now that I think of it, they are playing all 3A teams except for 1 2A team. But we might have to look back at them. That's probably a good resume for their schedule. But if you ask me, I think we have the top 15 pretty well accurate this week. Maybe a few changes in the top 15, but I think we have the top 15 best teams in the state of Iowa.
Yeah, and like we said, we'll definitely look into the Pell Christian situation, considering they're playing 3A teams.
So they're going to lose these games. So yeah, we'll have to look back into them. Maybe they can
get that. Maybe they'll pop back into the
I don't
15
think
next week. Maybe not next week, but
Right.
eventually later in the year. But
I
as
don't
of now, they drop out.
I don't think they'd come in the top 10. We might throw them in the top 15, yes, just because they are a good team. They have a tough schedule. They have a tough resume. But I don't think they deserve to be the top 10 unless they're beating these teams, you know. Unless they start beating some of these teams, then maybe they can earn it. But
Yeah.
they will have to earn their way to the top 10, which will be a very tough road for them. But I suppose we can move on to everybody's favorite part. I know we've gotten a few messages throughout the weekend, I should say, asking who's in whose district. Well, here we go. We got
find out.
And we'll kind of categorize them. We'll start with 1A, District 1. Your top 35 ranked teams is number 4 South O'Brien, number 16 on BC Moore. It's a little inaccurate, but George is not a bad team. It's just they don't know who they're losing to because they're from Des Moines. So George is so-called 16, and then Hinton is so-called 31st. We have Hinton in our others receiving votes, but we do not have George. So these three teams are your top teams in District 1.
In 1A.
In 1A. And then Section 2, I would easily throw HMS, Galen, Trinity, and then cut it off there. Those are your next 3 best teams. And then your 3 absolutely terrible teams are Kingsley Pearson, Marcus Merritt and Claiborne, Rumson Union, and Akron Westfield. They aren't going to be anybody besides for each other.
Yeah.
Which MMCRU and Akron probably play each other. The winner will play South O'Brien, I bet. I'm going to have to go to that game. Totally kidding, not watching that bad of basketball. But District 2.
Alright, so District 2, the number 1 on BC Moore was Bishop Garrigan.
That was my rankings when I made this. They're ranked number 6 for us now. These
So
are
6, okay.
the top 15 numbers for us are our rankings.
Yeah.
But then after the top 30 is BC Moore's, or after the top 15 is BC Moore's. So the top 15 we do our rankings with. So Bishop Garrigan comes in at number 6, and Newell Fonda comes in at number 13 this week. That's the only 2 good teams in this district. We have a few decent ones like Hillside Park, St. Edmund, Fort Dodge, and that's it. Look at the rank. The rankings for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams is 95th through 134th. GTRA, awful. Glidden, Ralston, never heard of them. They are not good at all. Patton, Churton, never heard of them in my entire life. They're awful. Storm Lake St. Mary's used to be really good. I remember playing them down at state my brother's junior and senior year in the championship and semifinals back-to-back years. And then West Bend Mallard. I think they're actually the second worst team in the entire state of 1A. Oh well. Who do you take out of District 1? Who is your final 2? Final 2. No. I did not make the bracket for 1A because it was just too much.
So my final 2,
Out of District 1.
probably out of this one, South O'Brien will be one of them. And honestly, I'm not too sure.
It's a tough
Like,
one.
George has not been playing that well lately. But honestly, I think I might take George out of it too.
That is totally fine by me. I'm going to take South O'Brien, obviously. Dark horse. I got Hinton coming out of this district with South O'Brien. Obviously, South O'Brien wins easily because they're by far the better team. But I want to see Hinton win a few games in this district. District 2, easy.
Yeah.
Absolutely easy. Bishop Garrigan versus Newell. I am hoping to go to that game because that is going to be a massive game. two top 15 teams getting knocked out in district finals. Not even sub-state. District finals are getting knocked out.
And then I think a dark horse in this district would be, for me, it'd be Harris Lake Park.
If Isaac Einen can get healthy again. If he can get healthy again, they can be a dark horse. But if he's not healthy, they are nothing. Unfortunately. Bubba Stone is playing very good. He's a great guy. Great player. But he needs another star next to him in order for him to be anybody worthy talking about. They can beat these irrelevant teams, but any relevant teams that they're going to try to beat. If they want to make a run for state, they're going to have a hell of a long ways to go. They got to go through Newell Fonda and Bishop Garrigan. They got to play both of them. They're going to have to play either South O'Brien, and then the rest they can probably beat. But 3 top 15 teams in the state that they have to go through, which you can maybe beat 1, maybe 2 if you're good, if you're lucky. You ain't beating all 3 though. Let's move on to District 15 and 16, more Northwest Iowa basketball. District 15 is a little bit more distance, but we got our District 16 is Northwest Iowa, and the winner of that will play the winner of District 15 at Sub-State.
And for this one, really,
it's another 2-team district.
2-team. We have St. Albert's, Council Bluffs, and Boyer Valley would be the top 2, and then the rest kind of varies from 62 all the way to 136. And we got Logan Magnolia, West Harrison, Woodbine, Riverside, Oakland, Arweva, and Heartland.
Yeah, and even the best team in this one is St. Albert, Council Bluffs, or Boyer Valley, 23rd and 25th, and BC Moore. But really, after the top 20, nobody else is good. It's not that deep of rankings, 25. There's not that many good teams in 1A.
I mean, there's 3 teams that could maybe play a dark horse, but I won't take them maybe as the winners, because like Boyer Valley, they played West Harrison, I want to say they played Logan Magnolia, but
a lot of these teams do play each other throughout the season, but
yeah, the 2 teams that stand out to me to come out of this one would be St. Albert's, Council Bluffs, and Boyer Valley.
If it's anyone but those 2, it's an upset. Unfortunately, it's a very easy way for the Northwest Iowa team that we're about to announce. Unfortunately, it's super easy for them. The second best team is not good at all. I mean, they're decent, but actually, we got them boys in there. Alright, so let's go to District 16. I actually do like District 16 quite a bit. It's a bunch of teams around here that we want to cover, but we're not quite big enough to cover. Obviously, we cover the best team in this one is the number 5 this week. Remsen St. Mary's. That is the best team in this district, in this sub-state. They're obviously going to state unless somebody else can say something about it. But this District 16 is a 3-team district. I actually think it's more of a 2.5. Remsen being your number 1 team in this district. And then Lawton Bronson's not bad. I don't know how they're ranked 20th on BC Moore, but Siouxland Christian is a team I like here. They rank 12th in our rankings, right above Newell Fonda. I like them. They are my dark horse because obviously they're being slept on if they're 27th. So I will take them as a dark horse, and I really hope they don't take out Remsen. I want Remsen back at state. But other teams in this one is Remsen St. Mary's, Lawton Bronson, Siouxland Christian, River Valley, and then after this, it just drops off. Woodbury Central's not good this year. Ridgeview, West Monona, Westwood Sloan, and my favorite team, it is the Whiting Owls. I'm going to call them the Owls. I have no clue what they are. The Whiting Toothbrush.
They could be the
Right, Dan?
You bet.
Anyways, I will take Remsen and Siouxland Christian out of this one. Hopefully, the 2-3 will play each other. So Lawton Bronson and Siouxland Christian will be the 2 and 3, and they will be playing each other. Winner will get Remsen to go to sub-state or state. I think the sub-state winner comes out of District 16. It is going to be Remsen or Siouxland Christian.
Yes. I'll also take Lawton Bronson out of this one. I mean, Yeah,
Like,
they're
eliminate
20.
them?
No, not eliminate them. Like, I could see them moving to
Okay,
play
yep.
Clemson to have a chance to play 15, then a chance to go to sub-state.
So now we haven't talked about Long Bronson much because they aren't that good, but they're a team that's just sitting there doing their job. They're winning some games, but they're also losing some games that they're probably supposed to lose.
Yeah.
But now we'll keep a much closer eye as from here until the next 2.5 weeks, I think it is, until districts start. All of these teams, 1A and 2A, all 8 of these districts, we are going to keep a very close eye. Every new podcast, we will re-rank them 1 through however many is in the district. We will re-rank every single one and let you know if anybody's stepping up or stepping down, you know? So let's move on to our favorite class. It is 2A. District 1, this one's going to be fun. This one's going to be nasty. There is going to be an upset or two in this one. It is number 1, West Sioux. They obviously easily lead this district, but your next best team is Unity Christian, ranked at 19, 20, and 21. It is Unity, Rock Valley, and Cherokee. 3 really tough teams. Cherokee was supposed to be this outstanding team at the beginning of the year, but then they really dropped off, and now here they are. They're right back up here. They're actually what, 9-4, I think.
I think so. They're not a team
Not
that you can
9-4,
sleep
but
on.
They are doing really good this year. They are 11-4.
11-4, so they're definitely not a team you should sleep on.
They are not a sleeper team. This district is technically a 1-team district, but it can also go 3 good sleeper teams.
Yes.
Not your normal sleeper teams, not like your Florida Gulf Coast in college basketball. It's like your what do you want to say? I don't know. Like your North Carolina States, who are normally good, but like they're bad teams. Like North Carolina State, Florida State, they're actually really good. But it's your teams that are good. They're just not having that great of a year. Sleeper team this year. Out of this one, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of see West Sioux and Cherokee out of this one. Rock Valley's very good. Unity is very good, but so is Cherokee. And I've known Cherokee as a basketball my entire life. I used to be freaking awful. But I feel like the Siouxland teams, when we play out of conference, we don't always play the best because we gotta re-scout them. Everybody knows how the Siouxland plays. Tough, physical defense, offense comes to you. Other conferences, it's so weird because you go out and play other teams. Like Boyne Hall and South Bryan, we don't play many teams with the 2-3 zone. So
No.
I think Rock Valley gets trapped in something scary that Cherokee throws at them if they have a smart enough coaching staff. But I really do see Unity as being a scary team too. I like Rock Valley, but like I said in the last podcast, I think they're just too young this year. Next year, they're probably going to state if they don't get stuck with Boyne Hall. But next year, they probably go to state. This year, I think it's experience that's going to take them down. I think Cherokee's got a very veteran team. Unity's got a very veteran team, and they're playing very good. They're playing really good right now. But, man, we could talk about District 1 for hours. This is a tough district. Who do you got coming out of this one?
Well, of course, I'm going to take West Sioux. But since I don't know much about Cherokee,
Right.
and I want to say Unity, but
Valley.
I'm just scared because after we ended up a tie game, we ended up making Unity versus Spirit Lake. They ended up 14 points with 2 minutes left. With less than a minute left, they're up basically 10. We only win this one by 3.
They're up 13, 30 seconds left.
Spirit Lake, they got their shots. They made their wide open threes, and it's up, but we're wide open. They're out. But I just think I don't know. I'm going to take Rock Valley. Unity. I think will be Unity and Cherokee will be my second. I just think Unity might end up giving up a lead like they did.
Right.
And then it'll eventually cost them. Like say that game went to overtime. Spirit Lake had momentum, so that Spirit Lake they had the best chance to win.
I was thinking Spirit Lake by 6 if they would run to overtime.
Yeah, so that's just what I'm scared of with Unity.
Right. But District 1, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love every single game. the only games that Sioux Center just beat Unity. Actually, they just beat Unity last week. MV. Okay, we didn't finish this one. It's West Sioux, Unity Christian, Rock Valley, Cherokee, Sioux Center, and Maple Valley.
MVAOCOU.
It's Maple Valley. We're gonna call it Maple Valley. But that's the only team that's not good in this district. Like, don't get me wrong, Sioux Center's not.
The record doesn't show how well
They're actually a really good team. If you really think about it, Eli Hitma, what's his face, that down there blocked at the rim. Wilson, Harshberger. He's tall. See, this team is good.
I mean, yeah,
they have the players.
Yeah,
they just got to play.
I mean, yeah, they have 4-10 record, but just because you have a bad record doesn't mean that's how you play.
They're in the Siouxland. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, like you can have it like Sibley. They're 0-14. They play tough. Some teams they end up getting blown out by. Some teams they end up losing by maybe 10 or so.
This year, the Siouxland it goes about 5 to 7 deep of actually good teams, not teams that can win the conference, but teams that are actually
like
good.
Tough teams.
Tough teams. Good
that
teams
have a good game.
Teams that can beat anybody at any given night. And Sheldon's sitting at 8th at 4-11, or talking about Sioux Center, at 4-10, sitting at 9th. But really, I bet all 10 of their losses. You look at that, your top 5 teams. You play them twice. That's 10 losses. Yeah, I think they lost to Sheldon once, but it's a round robin this year in the Siouxland. Anybody will beat anybody. So don't forget about Sioux Center in this district. They're also a scary team. If they have a good game, they will beat anybody in this district but West Sioux. As they just beat Unity late in the season. Let's move on to District 2. A little less knowledge for us, kind of like last year. We don't really know much about the 2 districts for 2A that we aren't covering. But this year it's a little different. We know 3 out of the 4. And we will start with District 2. Your top 3 teams are going to be Southeast Valley, South Central Calhoun, and East Sac County. In our top 15 rankings, let's see, South Central Calhoun is in our others receiving votes, and
Southeast
Valley is around us. They're ranked number 11. That's a tough team. Honestly, West Sioux could get trapped up in a tough matchup and maybe not go to state. And then East Sac County was in our others receiving votes, but they're kind of falling off the top totem pole, so they're kind of falling out here.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how good District 2 was. We have two top 20 teams, so to say. And then other teams in this one is OABCIG, Alta Aurelia, and Manson Northwest Webster. OABCIG is 50th in BC More this year, so they're not bad, they're not good. I wouldn't even look at them as a sleeper team. Your top 3 teams are Southeast Valley, South Central Calhoun, and East Sac County, but I look at it more as a 2.5 type of district, East Sac County being that half team.
Yeah.
I will take Southeast Valley versus South Central Calhoun, obviously, and I'm going to take Southeast Valley winning that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Southeast Valley too. I think they'll end up winning this district, but I think I'm going to take probably East Sac out of this one. I think they'll end up beating South Central Calhoun.